You're this perp back with another video, and I'm going to talk about the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5. Now, this video is going to be me pretty much talking about like my overall thoughts on both consoles, who has the advantage over who, and pricing, and just how things are going to go forward. What's the future of gaming possibly, and much more. But I hope you enjoy this video. It's going to be pretty lengthy, so hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you're new, follow me on Twitter at perpminded420. With all that being said, I don't want to waste no more of your time because we do have to break some of these things down. And I'll tell you right off the rip, I'm an Xbox dude, so I'm going to get a Series X day one. But also, I'm a grown man, so I can purchase both. But I'm clearly going to get the Xbox Series X first. But let's just talk about these two boxes in general, because I think there's a lot of misconceptions and stuff going on that a lot of casual people don't really understand or are misled to believe. Now, on paper, both these boxes are pretty much the same. The Xbox Series X has a little bit more computing power than the PlayStation 5. That's why the whole terabytes comes in, like the Series X has 12 and the PlayStation 5 has 10. But none of that really matters. You know, it all comes down to the talent. Yes, PlayStation, Sony, they definitely have the talent, so no questions there. We still have to wait to see what Xbox is going to bring to the table next month when they have their July show, when they show off all their first party games coming. But yeah, they're essentially same. The only major difference is the SSDs. Sony's is a little bit faster than Xbox's. But before we get into the pricing of the newer consoles, let's talk about the current gen right now as it stands. You know, the Xbox One X and the PlayStation 4 Pro. Now, if you're in the market for a budget, a budget-friendly, gaming console, however you want to word it, the best time is to get one of these right away, because right now I know you can get the One X for $299. Before, I saw it for $199, which if you see that price for $199, you better snatch that shit up if you are looking into getting a 4K capable machine. Now, there's a lot more going on with the One X compared to the PlayStation 4 Pro. The PlayStation 4 Pro, you'll definitely get your money's worth as far as the exclusives go, but it is a half-ass, gaming, 4K gaming machine. It's half-ass. It doesn't even have a 4K Blu-ray player. Trash. But like I said, if you could get those consoles for at least $299 or $199, that's a steal. Especially the Pro or the One X, you could definitely get your money's worth out of those purchases. I definitely highly recommend it. If you're not really ready to get into this generation, you want to kind of wait 2-3 years for some other games to come out, you could do so. But now let's talk about the next generation of gaming consoles, because this is the big question mark that everybody has. What is going to be the price of these behemoths? Because they're going to be very boxy, some more tall, and just going to be packed with power. So they're definitely not going to be inexpensive. I think just based on how, the economy is right now, everything has to be kind of price sensitive. One of these companies is going to have to take a loss, and this is going to be an interesting battle. That's why I call it the dawn of prices. But yeah, it's going to be interesting, because whoever prices above or undercuts the other person, or the other console, I should say, will have the advantage. they won't necessarily win the war, if that makes any sense. Like, if Xbox comes out cheaper, they have won that battle. They still have to gain people's trust and win the war. PlayStation, on the other hand, they don't really have to do much besides just keep doing what they're doing, But like I said, with these consoles, anything could possibly happen. So my predictions is that the digital PlayStation 5 will come out at $399 or $499. Now, that digital version of the PlayStation 5, I think, will come with the 800 storage option, the 800 whatever, how many gigs of solid state it's gonna be. And then the one with the disk drive will probably be at 600, maybe less. Like I said, I think they're going to want to stay between 400 and 600 max. Same thing with Xbox. I think they're comfortable coming out with the Series X at $499, and then they'll probably come out with the Series S for $299, which will completely undercut everything because it's cheap. And that's my thing. It's so interesting because whoever shoots first, it's going to be tough. I think the playing field is a lot even than people want to give it credit for. If we already saw what Xbox is going to bring as far as games and people were trashing it, then we'll have a different discussion. But there's a lot riding on Microsoft with their event next month. There's a lot riding on PlayStation. There's a lot of pressure to keep that, number one spot. But let's just break down my final thoughts. Now, with PlayStation, I think, like I said, they're good. They have their fan base, but anything could possibly happen. If anything goes wrong with the cooling of the system, overheating or anything like that, that's going to be an issue. So hopefully the design choice that they took will benefit them in the long run, and hopefully we could see more creative games coming out of Sony Studios. Maybe they will make me want to buy a PlayStation 5. If I do get a PlayStation 5, I'm getting a digital one. I don't really need two consoles with disk drives and stuff like that. But a lot riding on PlayStation. They do have less to worry about than Microsoft, but it's going to be interesting. Now, final thoughts on Microsoft. They have a lot riding on them. They have the ecosystem, which is lacking over on PlayStation's end. They're building up all these services. Game Pass is a phenomenal deal. They got the whole, you could lease Xboxes and pay like $25 a month, and you get 2 years of gold, 2 years of Game Pass Ultimate and stuff like that, and you can upgrade to the Series X when it comes out if you make a certain amount of payments. So Xbox right now, I keep saying this, all they have to do is deliver with the games, and they could turn things around for them fairly quickly. Announce a Perfect Dark Zero, GoldenEye, fucking Splinter Cell, some new IPs, whatever, bro. Y'all gotta really bring those games down because they have the services, they have the ecosystem. You could play your games pretty much anywhere, which I like about Xbox. So if I decide to move to a PC, I could still carry all those games with me. On the other side, PlayStation, I understand that they force you to kind of really buy into the new system, the newer tech. That's fine and dandy, if that works for them, but it's all going to come down to these prices. That's going to be the first battle, but the overall war, that's still remains to be seen. We're just going to have to wait and see how everything plays out, how the first year is going to do. The first year is going to be very telling on, the first year or two is going to be very telling to the direction of where gaming is going to go. Digital consoles will be a thing. Those disc drives, this will probably be the last generation that we'll see a disc drive. Physical consoles will never go nowhere, but you will definitely have digital consoles. Especially, I'll say this, and I said this before, that I think regardless, the digital versions of these consoles, either be an Xbox or a PlayStation, will sell the most. Let me know how you guys feel about that. I rambled on a little bit longer than I anticipated, but let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'll be talking about this more tomorrow night on my random stream 13, so definitely go check that out tomorrow night. We'll be talking about it more in depth. I'll have some panelists, but till next time, I will see y'all later. Peace.
When this goes online or wherever it is, it really matters, and it really doesn't matter. What matters is, the people who are sparked by it, and the people who are offended by it. It doesn't fucking matter. Fuck you. Because it's about motivating the doers. And anyone that wants to sit around and talk shit, they're doing too much time. They're taking too much time talking shit about it instead of getting up off their ass and following their dreams. Because I'm here to follow my dreams.